Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the kind, nice invitation. It's really a pleasure after these important speakers to be here to open a bit the day on more technical matter, if I can say so. But thanks a lot. It was really a pleasure. So the theme of the conference, you speak about investor protection, sustainability, and pension reform. Important concept, important topic, and are also somewhat sobering topic. No? When we speak about pension, is always the truth is always a bit sobering. It's sometimes also need to face reality. And reality is that Europe is an aging continent. More than one fifth of the population is aged 65 or more. And this figure, of course, can only increase. On top, 1/5 of the people are at risk of poverty when they will be in the old age. So there is pressure on the national pension system. The occupational pension scheme are moving towards more and more defined contribution. So more and more they are moving to charge the risk of the investment on the citizen. The personal pension sometimes offer complex product, and this makes for difficult choices for citizens. We also need to take account of the difference between member states. There are slightly diverse, let's say, pension landscape. When you think about Europe, it's not really one approach that we can take. In some countries, for example, there are large part of population, of working population, that will have access to workplace pension. In others, there is only the choice of the personal pension product. In Greece, my understanding is that the occupational and personal pension plan play still a very minor role in how people save for retirement. Membership in occupational pension represents less than 1% of the total employed. And this is not, as I said, not only a question of one country, but it's more generally the difference between countries are significant. So clearly today's theme, investment, sustainability, pension reform are key for Greece, but also for the entire Union, for the Europe itself. And I'm also conscious that when we speak about pension, we need to manage the conversation. We need to be attentive to how we speak about pension. We need from one side to encourage engagement from citizens and also dispel some of the complexity around the theme. Let's be frank, it's not so fashionable as a theme to talk about and think about our retirement age. But here it comes the simplification, the approach that we need to take. And here it comes why I think that PEP can be the pan-European personal pension product that was wanted by the co-legislator in Europe and now is in place. Why we need such product, why we need similar product like PEP. But put it simply, we need to close the pension saving gap. So we need to have whatever we can do to close this gap is helpful, and PEP is one of these answers. This means to close the gap, as I said, we need robust state pension, we need well-managed workplace pension, but we also need on top of it some desire, some simplification, some encouragement for people to invest in their future pension via the personal pension product. The European Union has among the highest household saving in the world, and the bulk of these savings are held in bank account. So we definitely can have those savings working better and harder if invested in the capital market. Product for retail investors like unit link or with profit participation product in the life sector are important way to save for future, to save for the long term. But this product, their return will depend on the asset allocation that in turn will provide the protection, if well managed, against, for example, inflation. So all these are good things, but since it's the policyholder choice to understand where they want to invest, to normally decide which is the asset allocation of their product, there is a need for a good level of understanding, good financial literacy from citizens to navigate the choices. As I said, sometimes those products are rather complex. The specificity are not so easy to understand of the different products. And the complexity of this product can make it difficult, this choice, even for the most financially educated person. It's difficult sometimes to navigate this complexity and understand the benefit, tariffs, cost, risks. Costs are not always linked with the component of the product, so that you cannot really understand why the cost is charged. Sometimes the costs are not simply not clearly identified. So here it comes why we needed, we wanted, and why we still need a PEP, because it's simple. It's a simple product. Here it comes the simplicity and the fact that PEP can have opportunity. And what are those opportunities? PEP is a consumer-oriented product. It was thought through along all the process when we started to think about it, and then the co-legislator, it was always thought to be consumer-oriented. Transparent when it comes to cost and fees, and also designed for the digital world so that it's easy for the young people to get it. It's designed as a portable and transparent product, a product that can stay with you throughout your entire work life, wherever you go in Europe, move job, move country, you can keep saving into it. It comes also with a so-called basic PEP, the default option, which is affordable. It's capped in terms of cost, 1% of the accumulated capital per annum. And it's a flexible product because you can switch provider from time to time according to your needs or your understanding of the provider you start saving in. It also comes with an advice before the purchase of the product, and also with a personalized advice before retirement, so that you can be helped in those important moments. And these are all good for consumer, which makes the product attractive. There are opportunities also for the providers, by the way. The providers can be bank, even though we know that is more at the moment for insurer and asset manager, the interest where we see most of the interest, but it's possible also for other providers to offer PEP, occupational pension scheme, banks. And there are opportunities also for them because the single product registration will allow for online sale. The fact that you can sell it throughout Europe, it facilitated the distribution in several member states. You can realize synergies, economy of scale, the more it's spread. So it has the potential, in our view, to enter the market and create more competition. And we know that more competition always comes with more benefit for consumer first, but also for provider, because we improve altogether. But there are also, of course, some challenges, and we are aware of the challenges. As many other things, as any other new product, it will take some time to see growth. It will take some time. We need to give the product some time to take root, let's say. We know that there are discussions at the moment among the supervisor, national supervisor, preliminary discussion, and the possible provider. This is encouraging. We hope that this will start the offer, but we also are aware that the take-up from the industry is likely to be not so high, to be a bit low. Why? Potential disadvantages of potential provider, we are talking with a number of them, of course. They may find it difficult, let's say, or too restrictive. The risk mitigation technique that requires to perform the inflation with a probability of 80% over 40 years. And in this time, especially, you know, this can be seen as a too restrictive requirement. We know that they claim against the lack of harmonized tax treatment or absence of tax incentive. This is something that we are aware. This is something that we want to, together with the Commission, try to help and address. But it's also true that the take-up from industry will also be determined by the different characteristics of the different national market. So particularly where there is a not so well-developed personal pension market, maybe that there is more likelihood that the PEP will start increase and will be offered. As supervisor community, we made everything we had to do to prepare the ground for the offer, for this product to fly. We continue to have contact with the possible potential provider. We continue to monitor market development. And of course, we will try to address the challenges ahead. You know that there is also a review clause in the regulation just for be sure that this product will fly with some time and gradually. So to conclude, I said that it's difficult and we need to be attentive when managing the conversation about pension and retirement. The complexity and engagement are the two key words in our view. The most important challenges that we need to manage when thinking about pension, sustainability, long-term investment, encouragement for the people to save. And PEP actually, as I try to say, tick the boxes for both complexity and engagement, because as I said, it's a simple product. It also comes with a clear advice, transparent information, easy to understand information. So there are many ways to simplify the offer, many ways that the legislation put in place to have an easy access to it. And since complexity goes with the engagement, as I said, the fact that PEP is simple help with the engagement, because it's so easy to get rid of this discussion around your pension, your retirement age. If there are complex products around, if there is jargon that people hardly understand, if the decision seems to be so difficult to be taken. So this is the gap, the vicious circle that we need to start. And here the PEP again, it helps because it's simple, and then with its simplicity, it helps engagement from people. As I said, there are also challenges. We need to make easier for people to invest, but we also need to acknowledge the difficulty of the provider and the fact that there are differences in different markets in the different member states, and this is something that we need to be attentive. And that's just also to restate that PEP does not come to replace any of the Pillar 1 or Pillar 2 tools. We still need the state pension scheme and workplace pension schemes that are robust and offer value to citizens. But the PEP comes for complementing those two other pillars. And it's fair to assume that over time, the more we will see pressure on individual to prepare for their retirement, the more we will see PEP or products similar to PEP, simple and transparent, becoming more and more important. And as a link to the next panel, of course, PEP can be also an important tool to foster long-term investment, long-term opportunity, and so realizing or helping realizing the capital market union. So to sum up, there are challenges, there are clear opportunities for both party provider and clients, but for sure the Pan-European pension product is one of the viable options to help closing the pension gap that we are all suffering in Europe, regardless of the country, is a common challenge. So let's help together. Thanks a lot for the kind invitation. Thanks.